Welcome to Electrified. It's your host, Dylan Loomis. A quick shout out to my newest patrons, Ed and Jamie. I greatly appreciate the support. And a happy Friday to all of you. So to start off today, I figured I would bring up a topic that Elon shared 3 years ago. And it has to do with the UAW, given that it's in the headlines so much as of late. So Elon said, search UAW and corruption, a very long reading list. Great organization. That clearly is a sarcastic comment. I have linked the link that Elon shared below if you want to go ahead and take a read. And then Elon continued, we've always provided healthcare, hourly wages above the union, and Tesla stock. Also free drinks and snacks. Try to make it fun too. Top 10 hourly workers cumulatively receive Tesla stock, now worth $1 million to $2 million. Nobody wants the UAW, so the UAW keeps trashing Tesla and me via third parties. Now, I'm no expert on the UAW, but I have read enough to know that they are not some squeaky clean organization, so I just wanted all of us to keep all of this context in mind as we continue to see more about the UAW in the headlines and all of these tax incentives in the weeks and months to come. Quick update from the Inspiration 4 mission. They had an incredible first day, completed more than 15 orbits around planet Earth since liftoff, and made full use of the Dragon cupola. Now, I also wanted to bring this up to ask if any of you are flat earthers out there. With all due respect, I am genuinely curious how you justify your position with images like this out there. I would honestly love to know. A quick note on the guesses on the battery pack size for the Lucid Dream Edition with that 520 miles of range. So Homewar's catalog was doing some math and trying to backdoor into the battery pack size using the EPA figures. But the problem is if you do that same math with the Tesla figures from the EPA, it will give you an incorrect figure for the battery pack size. And Fury92 brought up the main reason why that is. So he said, you're missing that these figures are energy from the wall. You need to then multiply by EVSE charging efficiency, which is about 88%. Ends up with the Model S at 100 kilowatt hour pack, which is correct, and the Lucid at around 123 kilowatt hours. So that would be roughly in between where we thought the Lucid pack would be at 113 kilowatt hours versus where some people were ending up doing that math from the EPA that had it at 140 kilowatt hours. So most guesses it's probably going to be between 123 and 130 kilowatt hours, but hopefully we get some official numbers soon. Elon says, good feedback from FSD Beta 10 users, 10.0.1 point release rolling out now, 10.1, which is different, will roll out 1 week from Friday with a beta request button. Now, Elon made this tweet very early Friday morning, so I'm not sure if he was referring to next Friday being a 1 week wait from then or 1 week from today. I'm not sure, honestly. How would you guys interpret that tweet? Either way, he was then asked, what about FSD in Norway? To which Elon said, technology probably ready in a few months, thereafter limited by regulatory approval. Elon was also asked, when will Starlink come out of beta? To which he said next month, so sometime in October we should see Starlink out of the beta phase. Ivan Escobosa asked a question on everybody's mind, will everyone get the beta right away or about how many upon the beta request button? Elon said the beta button will request permission to assess driving behavior using Tesla Insurance Calculator. If driving behavior is good for 7 days, beta access will be granted. Now, there was some debate as to whether that 7 days would be retroactive, meaning the 7 days leading up to when you hit that request button, or if it would be the 7 days following when you hit the button. I think most people are assuming it's going to be the latter, meaning the 7 days following when you hit the request button. And if you're wondering, I went back and found what the Tesla insurance telemetry data might actually be. So essentially, what type of criteria is Tesla looking at to define good behavior? So here you have some high level overview, more stuff that just defines the driver profile, and then you have the actual driving behavior. So we're talking about number of autopilot strikeouts, number of forward collision warnings, lane departure warnings, ABS activations, time spent within 1 second of the car in front, time spent within 3 seconds of the car in front, acceleration variance, service mode, and delivered. So things like tailgating, collision warnings, etc. Those autopilot strikeouts would basically be inattention warnings and heavy throttle usage, how you use the accelerator. So if you can follow those guidelines relatively well for 7 days, it looks like your beta access will be granted potentially in the next 2 weeks. Elon just had some pre-recorded comments at the 2021 World New Energy Vehicle Congress in Hainan, China, and I wanted to share them with you.
Dear Chairman, dear distinguished guests, I am Elon Musk from Tesla. It is an honor to be invited to the 2021 World New Energy Vehicle Congress. China is the largest and the most dynamic new energy vehicle market in the world. Chinese consumers want a car with better connected and more intelligent features, so we see great potential for connected, full self-driving vehicle growth in China. Public sentiment and support for electric vehicles is at a never-seen-before inflection point, because they know it is the future. We continue to work hard to drive down costs and increase our rate of production to make electric vehicles as affordable as possible. I have a great deal of respect for the many Chinese automakers who are driving these technologies. My frank observation is that Chinese automobile companies are the most competitive in the world, especially because some are very good at software. And it is software that will most shape the future of the automobile industry, from design to manufacturing and especially autonomous driving. Tesla is much more than an electric car company. We are developing full self-driving vehicles with practical, vision-based artificial intelligence, including chip development on the inference level and on the training level. I should emphasize that we believe autonomous driving can be achieved entirely by vision neural nets. After all, humans are running a biological vision neural net in order to drive, so it makes sense that computers would be able to drive using a silicon camera neural net. That said, safety is the top priority when we design Tesla vehicles, and I'm confident that we can achieve full self-driving with 10 times higher safety than the average human driver. Data security is not only the responsibility of a single company, but also the cornerstone of the whole industry development. Tesla will work with national authorities in all countries to ensure data security of intelligent and connected vehicles. Tesla hopes to contribute to build a digitized future of shared benefits, responsibilities, and governance. With the rapid growth of autonomous driving technologies, data security of vehicles is drawing more public concerns than ever before. We figure it is necessary to address public concerns by applying appropriate technical measures. Again, thank you for inviting me. I look forward to seeing you again in person soon, and I send my best wishes to the 2021 World New Energy Vehicle Congress. Thank you very much.
Jeff Bezos came out of a mini hibernation on Twitter to congratulate Elon and SpaceX on their successful Inspiration 4 launch the other night, saying another step toward a future where space is accessible to all of us, and Elon replied, "Thank you." Interesting move, to say the least, given Jeff's history and relationship to SpaceX, given that he has sued them previously, but of course, playing nice at the moment, and it would be nice if they could get along going forward, and it would be great if they could remember they are on the same team in pursuing spaceflight for the greater good of humanity together. A quick life lesson from Elon. The lesson from tortoise and hare is not that tortoises are faster, but rather that hares should not be complacent. Clean Technica shared an article that plug-in EVs reached 28% market share in Germany in August. This does include hybrid vehicles, to which Elon said September will be interesting. A lot of people are making this out to be a bullish tweet, given that September would be the third month of the quarter, meaning it should be a big delivery month for the German market, given that the cars that were made in the first and second months of the quarter should be delivered in September. Elon was also asked if he will be at the Giga Berlin Brandenburg event on October 9th. The registration is open. Check out the video from yesterday if you missed it. He said yes, he will be in attendance. So here we have an image of what many people are saying is the Cybertruck windshield. This, by the way, is a screenshot from the video I shared on Twitter of the Tesla Glass, which I really hope they do more informative videos like that. And people are making all kinds of speculation saying that because of the black up top, that the Cybertruck's not going to have that top strip of light, which I wouldn't go that far. They still might have it, and I hope that they do. That was a very cool feature. But either way, it's exciting to see. It's a massive piece of glass, and I have have included the Reddit thread below where all of the speculation is taking place if you want to go take a look. Dan Ives from Wedbush came out and said that they're reaffirming Tesla's $1,000 stock price target, and they believe Tesla will deliver 900,000 vehicles this year, and that'll be followed up by 1.3 million in 2022. So far this year, in the first 2 quarters, Tesla has delivered about 386,000 vehicles. So to hit that 1 million unit mark this year, they're going to have to do about 615,000 vehicles over quarter 3 and quarter 4. And whether they hit that 1 million mark this year or next, it's really not a huge deal. I know a ton of people have been rooting for it, and it is a huge milestone that I think we all were secretly hoping they would hit this year. But honestly, if they can do it, given the supply chain shortages and all of the other challenges globally that have been going on this year, it would be truly incredible if they could pull that off. There is an outside chance, but like I said, either way, not a major deal. Seems like a poll that Gordon Johnson shared on Twitter is backfiring on him. Yes, this is the official Gordon Johnson. There are some parody accounts that can trip you up, but I'll go ahead and vote as I would. As you can see, 87% of 13,273 votes say they would take any Tesla model over the Lucid Air with 520 miles of range, the Ford F-150, or the Audi e-tron. As if Gordon didn't need a smack in the face to wake up to what's going on here, maybe this will help a little bit. Today is Friday, so let's go through a quick Tesla stock recap for the week. Now, before we do this, just so you guys know, I was a professional financial advisor for Edward Jones for 4 years, managed upwards of $60 million, and over the last 6 months, I have been very involved in the day trading space, studying it vigorously. I absolutely love it. It's fast-paced and perfect for me in this season of life. So, not trying to say I am some sort of expert, but I know enough to be dangerous. Anyways, with that out of the way, Tesla stock opened the week on the 13th at around $740 per share and had a quick dip through the day, down at the lowest around 4%, down $31 per share, but for the week it has recovered, and at the most recent moment, Tesla stock trading at around $757 per share, up 2.3% on the week, or $17 per share. Taking a look at the point of control from the volume profile, you can see most of the volume this week was traded at $749 per share. And for the week, you can see it started off acting as a form of resistance, which later was broken and then did indeed serve as a form of support. And a quick note on technical analysis. I know a lot of you long-term investors, this was me at one point, are very skeptical of TA. I just need you guys to know, having been in this space for 6 months, it is a crucial aspect, and really all the stock market is buying and selling, supply and demand. I guarantee you a huge percentage of Wall Street uses technical analysis. Yes, no indicator or no setup, no whatever is going to be perfect 100% of the time, but I can guarantee you certain levels, supports, resistance, moving averages, they are absolutely being used. So yes, they do absolutely matter. But zooming out, I want to talk about the golden cross that everybody has been talking about for Tesla stock over the last few weeks. So the white line is a 50-period moving average. Given that this is a daily stock chart, this is the last 50 days of price action, and the red line is the 200-period moving average. So on the daily chart, it's the previous 200-day moving average. All a golden cross is when the 50-period or the shorter time frame of the two crosses through the longer time frame, or in this case the 200-period moving average, and a death cross is simply the opposite, where the shorter term moving average crosses below the 200-period moving average, which Tesla did indeed have back in July. And yes, shortly after this death cross a few months ago, the price action did decrease about 8%, but of course in the long term has since recovered. But getting into the golden cross, if we go back, the last time we saw a golden cross for Tesla was November of 2019, so almost 2 years ago. And as you can see, since that time, the 50 period has remained above the 200 period moving average for a very long time. And so this is indeed the first golden cross for Tesla stock in almost 2 years. So roughly speaking, going from the last golden cross to the most recent golden cross a few weeks ago, Tesla stock price up 1,272%, up $633 per share. Now, before anybody gets crazy, I'm not at all saying that this golden cross is going to have a similar result as the one we had 2 years ago, not by any stretch. However, when you pair it with the fundamentals and the macro picture and Tesla's fundamental business model, things definitely look good for the fourth quarter of this year and into next year. Now, each Friday we will do a lot more of this, breaking this down more and getting into other things like support and resistance lines for Tesla stock, but I don't want today's video to be too long. So go ahead and subscribe if you would like to see more of this each Friday. We would love to have you on board. That is all for today. Please take a second to like the video. If you did, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there, and a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters.